Good morning, students. Welcome to the Asaniketan online classes. So today we are discussing the current electricity. This is the current electricity part. So this one, what is electric current, and after that, the what is current density, drift velocity, and after that, the how the resistance of a conductor. We are writing the resistance relation and resistivity as well as variation of resistance or resistivity with the temperature, color code of carbon resistors, that much we are covering in that. So electric current, how we are defining that, all of you know that. What is that definition for that we studied? Just I am revising that what we studied. The time rate of flow of charge through any cross section of the conductor, that is called as electric current. I is equal to dq by dt. Current is a scalar quantity. S unit is ampere. Dimension formula is ARI. Even though current having both magnitude and direction, why you are taking the current is a scalar quantity? Suppose you are taking that. Suppose 3 ampere current is coming, 4 ampere current is coming, this is totally 7 ampere. If the angle between them is 30 degrees, what are getting? Same. Otherwise, because 3 ampere, 4 ampere, total you are getting 7 ampere, that much only. Next one, if it is suppose you make 60 degrees, how much you are getting? Again 3 plus 4, 7 only. Nothing but what you are observing from that. Here, current having both magnitude and direction but doesn't satisfy the vector laws of addition. That's why we are taken as current is a scalar quantity. Here it is 30 degrees angle, but it is 3, 4, 7. If it make 60 degrees, nothing but 3, 4 ampere, resultant is 30 degrees. In vector cases, what we are doing that one? So 3, 4, nothing but square root of 3 square plus 4 square plus 2 into 3 into 4 cos 30 or cos 60, then we are getting the different answers for that. But even though if you are changing that one, how much chance are getting commonly? 70 only. Nothing but it is not a vector. So current is a scalar quantity only. Current is a scalar quantity. S unit is ampere, dimension formula writing ampere or coulomb. And I is equal to dq by dt means what are writing? I means nothing but unit for that ampere only. 1 ampere is equal to 1 coulomb divided by 1 second. So that is you can write from that only. Time rate of flow of charge through any cross section of the conductor, that is you are writing 1 ampere is equal to 1 coulomb divided by 1 second. This is. Next point, current doesn't vary with the time. So current doesn't vary with the time, so you can write Q directly proportional to T, and from that Q is equal to some like constant into T, that is you can write as I is equal to Q by T. Current doesn't vary with the time, we can write in this one. And now we are studying their average velocity, previously studied there in the first year, delta x by dt. Same way average current means delta q by delta t, and instantaneous velocity means what you are doing, limit delta t tends to 0, delta x by delta t that is equal to dx by dt. Same way, here instantaneous current, limit delta t tends to 0, delta q by delta t is equal to how much you can write, dq by dt only. The conventional direction current, that is also studying there, how you are taking the current direction. The conventional direction current is taken as direction of motion of positively charged particles and opposite to the negatively charged particles. How we are taking the conventional current direction, that is the same direction of positively charged particles or opposite direction to the negatively charged particles. For a given conductor, current doesn't change with the change in cross-sectional area. See that one here? All are having the different cross-sectional areas. But you see that one, all of you. So in this case, what about current we are getting in both the three parts we given I1, I2 and I3. For a given conductor, current doesn't change with the change in cross-sectional area. So we got I1 is equal to I2 is equal to I3 only. Now the another one we are taking current due to the rotationary motion of the charge. Now this is a circle, now the charge is rotating here in this way, charge is rotating like this. So then what we are observing from that? So when the charge is rotating, so radius of that is R, now it is we are giving Q. There I is equal to Q by T, that is Q divided by time taken to complete one revolution, what are calling as time period only, that is you can write as since nu is equal to 1 by T only as frequency. But already I told to you how you can calculate the time period. Time period is equal to circumference of the circle. What is the meaning of this? Here I will write circumference of the orbit or circle divided by radius only, velocity only. That is 2 by r divided by v only. So therefore I is equal to, so see that one what we have got there here. So in this one I is equal to q into time period means that is nothing but 2 pi r divided by v only. That is nothing but how much you will get qv divided by 2 pi r only. But v is equal to what we can write once again, r omega, that is divided by 2 pi r cancel. So we got the two formulas. One is qv by 2 pi r, that is q omega by 2 pi. So what is area under the IT graph? That is also important concept. Area under the IT graph gives the charge, that is you can get as q is directly, q is equal to integral t1 to t2 I dt we can get. That is very important one. Remember that area under the IT graph gives. Area under the IT graph gives charge based on the problems also they given in the text. So area under the IT graph gives charge. Next one, coming to the I average. I average means what you can write there. So average current is equal to charge divided by time only, no? So that is we wrote there. But charge equation what is there? Q is equal to integral t1 to t2 I dt divided by t2 minus t1. This is you studied there. Just I am revising that much only. Current density. How we are defining the current density? It is defined as the current per unit normal area of cross section, that is given by J is equal to I by E. And current density is a vector quantity, S unit is ampere per meter square, dimensional formula is AL power minus 2. But here we are talking about when the area is not perpendicular, it is making some angle with that, then in that case how we are writing that? That is also you have to see that if the cross sectional area is not normal to the current and making an angle theta with the direction of the current, then J is equal to di divided by dA cos theta. So that is di is equal to what you are writing there, J into dA cos theta. Just cross multiply that, but already know the dot product formula. A bar dot B bar is equal to AB cos theta. That is. So J bar dot dA bar. So integrating on both sides, after this how we can write this one? Integrating on both sides. Integral di is equal to integral j bar dot dA bar. That implies I is equal to integral j bar dot dA bar. So next, coming to the drift velocity, how we are defining the drift velocity? The velocity with which an electron gets drifted in a metallic conductor under the influence of external electric field. That is. So see that one, very simple diagram for that we taken there. So now this is a conductor I am taking there. I am applying the electric field towards the right. And how the electrons are moving? Towards the left only. Electrons are moving opposite direction to the electric field. Then each electron experiences a force. That is by applying that we know F is equal to EQ. From that F bar is equal to minus E bar we wrote there. A bar is equal to F bar by M. That is equal to minus E bar divided by M. V bar equal to what we are writing there? We know V is equal to U plus AT. In vector notation, V bar equal to U bar plus A bar into T. Then VD bar is equal to, but U bar is equal to how much it is there? 0 only. But A bar is equal to how much you are writing there? Minus E bar, because reason for that you know that one, A bar value. That is we substituted there, we got that. So tau is relaxation time. So this is in vector notation. So the same thing in scalar notation, how we can write? That is negative sign will not appear to that. What is tau indicating? A relaxation time. E is the magnet of the charge here, E is electric field, M is the mass of that. So now the relaxation time, how we are defining the time interval between two successive collisions of electrons with the positive ions. Time interval between successive collisions of electrons with the positive ions, That is called as the relaxation time. What is the drift velocity we are writing there here? Drift velocity of the order 10 power minus 4 meter per second. Now coming to the relation between current and drift velocity, this is one of the important relation we are studying there. So here you have to practice the drift velocity expression. Vd is equal to E out E into small e into capital E into tau divided by m. Now relation between drift and current velocity, so that is relation between the drift velocity and current. What is the formula for that? Relation between the current and drift velocity is a very simple one. In that how we are calculating that, so see that one. So already we are doing the derivation in the PUC part. We got the relation between them. Current and drift velocity relation, I is equal to NE Vd equal to I divided by NE only. That means here we are writing what is I indicating there. N is important. What is that? N is number of electrons per unit volume. Other name for that, number density. Number of electrons per unit volume or number density. What is E indicating there? Magnitude of charge of electron. A means area of cross section. Vd is the drift velocity. All the terms we expressed here. I is current. N is number density, number of electrons per unit volume. E is the magnitude of charge of electron. That is also right in this form, right directly. A is area of cross section of the conductor. Vd is the drift velocity. So, but we know that relation what we are getting there. So, to explain that we are taking this one once again. So, see that one. That is what is that? We know the drift velocity equation Vd is equal to E into E tau divided by m. But already we got the relation. Relation between current and drift velocity is what is that? See that one all of you. What is the relation between the current and drift velocity we are getting? So that is just I will explain to you, but anyhow already this is you studied there, just I am explaining it to you once again. So these are the two relations required for us normally to explain that we are taking in that. So Vd is equal to E tau divided by m. So here one important one is that's once again I am explaining to you. So I is equal to N into E into A. What is Vd we wrote there? E tau divided by m. That is Ne square E tau divided by m into A. Once again you write I by A. Ne square E tau divided by m. What is I by A? Nothing but J only. J is equal to Ne square E tau divided by m. Since what is J? Current density I by A. Therefore after that we know the formula for that. J is equal to Ne square E tau divided by m. This is you can write as in this form Ne square tau by m into E. That implies J is equal to sigma E only. Where sigma is, what is that? Ne square tau by m. That is, what is sigma you are calling as conductivity. Later we are studying that one. Sigma, that is conductivity. So in vector notation means we write as J bar is equal to sigma into E bar only. That is. But already know that one sigma and already told reciprocal of resistivity. So we know that rho and a sigma relation. Sigma is equal to 1 by rho only. That implies J is equal to 1 by rho into E. That implies E is equal to J rho. Therefore E bar is equal to J bar into rho. So this is the relations we are getting in that, where sigma is equal to Ne square tau divided by m. So two relations we got, J equal to sigma E or E is equal to J rho we are getting there. So what is rho indicating in that one? So rho indicating resistivity. Coming to the next one, mobility, it is also very simple. Magnitude of drift velocity per unit electric field strength. This is the formula. Mu is equal to Vd divided by E. But already drift velocity equation you got there. What is the equation for the drift velocity? See that one, E tau divided by m only. So after that E cancel, got Et by m only. E tau divided by m we got there. This is E tau divided by m. What is the S and it we wrote there, as well as dimension formulas, because already know that one all of you. Drift velocity means velocity meter per second, and after that electric field is volt per meter. Volt per meter. You write there, then from that we are getting the answer for that. This is meter square, volt power -1, second power -1. Dimension formula also we are getting from that. Mobility of free electrons is independent on electric field and dimension of the conductor. So mobility of the free electrons depends on what factors you see that one. So those are not depends on electric field and dimensions of the conductor. So but relation, this is you got there, mu is equal to E tau divided by m only. So E means magnitude of charge of electron only, tau is relaxation time, m is mass only. So that's why we are observing that there is no E term in that one after the final equation we wrote there. So that's why we are telling that it is independent on electric field as well as dimensions of the conductor. Next one, Ohm's law. If the physical condition of the conductor remains the same, like length and temperature, then current flowing through the conductor, this is also you know that one very simple, current flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference between ends of a conductor. So physical conditions of the conductor are remains the same, then current flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference between the ends of the conductor. I directly proportional to V, that is we can write in our form V directly proportional to I, V is equal to IR, that is R is the resistance of a conductor we are writing, S and it is ohm, and dimension formula. So dimension formula how we are writing there, R is equal to V by I only. V means W by Q divided by I, that is W by QI only. W means what is that, ml square T power -2 divided by charge means AT into A, that is ml square T power -3 A power -2. Next, when we draw a graph between voltage and current on x-axis and voltage on y-axis, slope gives what is that? Slope gives the resistance of a conductor. Slope equal to m, that equal to tan theta. So since that what tan theta is equal to what we are getting? Opposite side, this is the opposite side divided by after that adjacent side. So what is the opposite side? Potential difference only, and divided by adjacent side is I only. So then we got that. If you change this one, nothing but if you change means what is the meaning of that? If you change in this way, then what is tan theta now? Tan theta equal to I by V, we are getting the reverse of that. I by V means what is that? 1 by R. 1 by R means what we can write? Reciprocal of resistance is called as conductance only. That is the next figure I shown to you. See that one, all of you. So now the slope is equal to m is equal to tan theta, that equal to I by V, that equal to 1 by R, that is equal to G now. Reason for that you know that one. Now I changed that one I and V positions. One is now x-axis and another one is y-axis. Now exactly opposite to the first diagram. Right. Next one, when you draw a graph between voltage and current, if they given temperatures T1 and T2 for the curves, how we can identify that which is at high temperature? So it's very simple. See that one explanation. So this is theta 2 I am taking, this is theta 1 I am taking there. So which is having the more slope? So remember that already you know that one, the slope of VI graph, V is on y-axis and I is on x-axis. Slope what we got there? Slope is equal to V by I, that equal to resistance only. Now here which is having the more slope here? First one only, T1 when compared to the T2. But resistance of the conductor, how it is varying with the temperature, like directly proportional. It is not exactly directly proportional, varies linearly like that, but we are writing in this way. What is that? Now the resistance As the temperature increases, resistance also increases. Now the resistance is more for the first one, means nothing but temperature also related in this way. T1 is greater than T2. So now the slope of the first one is greater when compared to the second one. But remember that as the temperature increases, then only the resistance increases of the conductor. So that point we are focusing on that. As the temperature increases, resistance increases, resistance of the conductor. Conductor increases. Now resistance on what factor depends? Dimensions like area, length, material, temperature of the conductor. That is only condition. As temperature increases, what about resistance of the conductor? Increasing only. That is. Next, the specific resistance or resistivity. We know that the resistance depends on the factor. Resistance depends on the dimensions of the conductor like length and area are directly proportional to L. R is inversely proportional to A. Because already told that resistance depends on dimensions of the conductor. Depends on dimensions. That is only previous point you wrote there. Resistance, what factors it depends on that. R is directly proportional to L. R is inversely proportional to A. From that R directly proportional to L by A. From that R equal to rho L by A. What is rho? Resistivity. Rho is like constant only. It is not, it depends on length and area of cross section. Another important point in that. Rho is independent on length and area of cross section of the conductor. R. So clearly write the equation for that. After that, R equal to rho L by A. It is like a proportionality constant only. It is independent on length and area of cross section. Now area 1 meter square, you take L equal to 1 meter. From that, rho is equal to R only. Now the specific resistance or resistivity is equal to the resistance of the conductor. When you take a conductor of unit length and area of cross section, also unit area of cross section. So now rho is equal to R when it is possible, you conductor of unit length and unit area of cross section only. S and is ohm meter. So that is also you can write ohm meter. That is only you can write ohm, just hyphen we can write and meter. Dimension formula. Same thing, already R dimension formula is there. So that will multiply with area and length only. Area means L square divided by L only. One L will be cancelled there and we can solve in this way. Next, conductance. Already know that reciprocal of resistance is known as conductance. G equal to 1 by R. This is the equation for that. What is the S unit means? You can easily tell it is ohm inverse or mho or Simon only. Conductivity, reciprocal of resistivity is known as conductivity. That is sigma is equal to 1 by rho. So that is mho per meter or mho meter inverse or Simon per meter. This is you can write as Simon per meter also divided by meter, or this is mho per meter also. Meaning is same. And come to the numerator, it becomes meter power minus 1. Stretching of a wire. When wire is stretched, length increases, area of the cross section decreases, resistance increases, but what will be constant? Volume. When wire is stretched, you see that one, this is the wire I am taking there. When I stretched this one, see that one? Length increase, but what about the area of cross section over here? This much area of cross section is there. Now only this much is there. Means area of cross section decreases, but what about total volume? Volume will be constant only. So in case length increasing, so area decreasing there. Here length less, area of cross section is more. Nothing but what happens? Volume will be constant only. Next. So see that one, very important formulas which are very important for the problems. So already know that one, R is equal to rho L by A. First case, when I am multiplying with L and L, so what we are getting there, multiplying and dividing with L only. So we have done that one, L by L directly. So multiplying and dividing with L, or multiplying with L as well as dividing with L. So or multiplying with L by L. Anyone you take, meaning will be same. Then rho L square by V, because area into length becomes how much? Volume. But already know that one, density is equal to, density D equal to mass by volume. Therefore volume is equal to what we can write? Mass by density only. You substitute here. So mass by density, that will come to the numerator. Rho L square by B. So rho L square by V. But already you know that one, rho L square and volume means what you can write, a mass by density only. So now we got the relation, volume of the wire is constant when wire is stretched. For a given material, rho also constant. Then what we are observing that, so R is directly proportional to L square, which of the one of the important relation in that. When wire is stretched, what is the relation between resistance and length? R directly proportional to L square. So where for small percentages means what you can write, delta R by R equal to 2 into delta L by L only. But same way, when you are multiplying with area of cross section, relation between resistance and length means that one, resistance and area of cross section or radius means what we can do, rho L by A into A by A only, rho V by A square we are getting. Then R1 by R2 is equal to A2 divided by A1 whole square. Then what you are getting now from that? This is. So rho V by A square, how we can write, rho V divided by pi square R power 4, because since area is equal to pi R square only, this step onwards, see that one? Means R is inversely proportional to R power 4, then R1 by R2 equal to R2 by R1 whole power 4. For small percentages, how we can write that? For small percentages, we can write in this way. Otherwise, we can write in the form of this also, because rho V by A square means already volume is what we can write there. Volume is equal to mass by density only. Mass by density only. That is we can write in this way. Next, coming to the another one important one and general cases, these are limitations of Ohm's law. So limitations of Ohm's law means the relationship between V and I is not linear. Then we are getting all are doesn't obey the Ohm's law. Those are non-ohmic devices only. So first case, V ceases to be proportional to I for a good conductor. Actually, we are getting a straight line, then no problem. That is, we are satisfying V directly proportional to I. But for good conductor also, what we are observing that, so we are getting in this way only. Nothing but V ceases to be proportional to I. It is not satisfying up to certain one. It is satisfying. After that, we are getting little bit car. Nothing but it is not satisfying the relation V and I directly proportional. Second one, that is already studied there. What is that? PN junction diode. This is the second example. PN junction diode. So forward bias, this is forward bias, and this is reverse bias. So in forward bias, what you are observing that, and reverse bias. So they are also curvy. What you are also curve only, nothing but value of current is different for same potential difference on reversing the direction of V. Value of current is different for the same potential difference, but on reversing the direction of V. Here in forward bias, you are giving some voltage, you are getting the curve like that. Same thing you are giving in the reverse direction, but what about current you are getting? Only microampere current. But see in forward bias, how much you got? Milliampere current. Same thing reverse, you got a microampere current. Next one, value of potential difference is different for the same current. So now we see that one same current is there. So we draw for this one nothing but the VA characteristics of gallium arsenide. We drawn for that. When we draw a graph between V and I, so what we are getting there? Value of potential is different for same current. See that one? For same current we are getting the two values now. How it is possible? Impossible. For same value of current, two potential differences, impossible. So all these are not satisfying. That's why these are all called as non-ohmic devices only. So those are the examples for that. So V ceases to be proportional to I for a good conductor. Value of current is different for same potential difference on reversing the direction of V, and value of potential is different for the same current. Right, now coming to the another important one, color code of carbon resistors. That is removed for CET, it is not there, but for the only NEET examination, it will be there. I will increase the size of this one. Right. Only for NEET, no CET part. So this is not useful for CET. Already that is the removed syllabus only. color code of carbon resistors. Color, number, multiplier and tolerance. Already you know that one. To remember, you are using common sense test. What is that? BBY, Great Britain, very good wife, wearing gold silver necklace. BBY, Great Britain, very good wife, wearing gold silver necklace. Otherwise, black brown rods of your gate becomes very good when given golden and silver color. So black brown rods of your gate becomes very good when you are giving gold silver color. So shortcut for that one, already you know that one. This is only BB Roy of Great Britain has a very good wife wearing gold and silver necklace only. And now after that we can write in the other way. How we can write that one? See that one, to remember the colors only. This is black brown rods of your gate becomes very good when given gold and silver color. Gold silver color. Black brown rods of your gate becomes very good when given gold silver color. So see that one. So generally when you see the resistor, these four colors appears to you. This is the first significant digit, second significant digit, and the third one decimal multiplier. Fourth one is called as the tolerance. So this is the order in that one. So remember that one, all of you clearly. What is the order we have to take there? First one indicating what is that? First significant digit. Second one, second significant digit. This is the first one. Second one. Third one is the decimal multiplier. Third one what you are taking as decimal multiplier, and fourth one what you are taking as tolerance. What is the fourth one? Tolerance only. So this is the 4 points in that one you have to observe. Right. Now see that one. So the first two bands of the left indicating the first two significant figures of the resistance, third band indicating the decimal multiplier, and the last band indicating the tolerance or possible variation in the percentage. Last band is not there, then you have to take how much tolerance? 20%. So see that one. Black, brown, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, grey, white, gold, silver, no color. So it will start with 0 only. It becomes how much? 10 power 0. 10 power 0 means 1. Remaining will continue. 10 power 1, 10 power 2, 10 power 3, 10 power 4. Order you have to remember. That's only the two. BB Roy, Great Britain, wearing gold silver necklace. Otherwise, black brown rods of your gate become very good when given gold silver color. These are 10 power 3, 10 power 4, 10 power 5, 10 power 6, 10 power 7, 10 power 8, 10 power 9. Order you have to remember. And gold and silver you are getting this one. And after that 5, 10, 20. So no color means 20% tolerance is there. Gold means 5%, silver means 10%. Next. Temperature dependence on resistivity. This is also with that we will complete that. Already you know that one clearly I told to you. For conductors it is like a directly proportional. It is not exactly directly proportional, but we are taking in this way a linear relationship only. For conductors the resistance is almost all directly, almost all, not exactly, almost all, it is directly proportional to the temperature. Nothing but as temperature increases, what about resistance? Increases only for conductor. Rho T is equal to rho naught into 1 plus alpha T. That is, otherwise in terms of resistance or resistivity. This is for resistivity, this is for resistance. That is I wrote there. What is alpha we are calling as in the first equation? Temperature coefficient of resistivity. Second case means what we can write here? Alpha means temperature coefficient of resistance only. So if R1 and R2 are the resistance at T1 and T2 degrees Celsius respectively, R1 by R2 we are writing in this way. R0, R0 cancel, cross multiply that. This is the final equation we are getting. See that one, all of you. So first the two equations you taken, 1 divided by 2 we done that, cross multiplying, and what is the answer getting there? So for conductors it is like a directly proportional, almost all. For semiconductor it is like a inversely proportional. Resistivity decreases exponentially with the temperature, because when you draw the graph between two quantities are inversely proportional, and you studied there the radioactive decay law, exponential function, that is also the same way we are getting. That's why we wrote that resistivity decreases exponentially. Resistivity decreases exponentially with the temperature. Exponentially with the temperature. Nothing but rho is inversely proportional to T. For insulators, no change. Resistivity doesn't change with the change in temperature. For electrolyte, what about the resistivity? Decreases with increase in temperature. That is. So this is just a revision of that what we discussed to you. So for semiconductors, it is decreasing exponentially with the temperature. And insulator resistivity doesn't changes with change in temperature. And resistivity of electrolyte again decreases with increase in temperature. This is. So this is the part we are observing there in the syllabus now what is there, and the already I told you the color code of carbon resistor is not there for CET part. Color code of carbon resistor is not there for CET part. That is you observe all of you. You have to remember that also. So only for NEET it is there, and for this one it is not there. Right. Now coming to the remaining explanation for that. So this is the today class and that one. So you have to practice this one. So the now coming to the next one in that. So that is what is required for us. These are the very important points in that you have to practice that normally. So see that one what we discuss. Suppose the resistance of a copper, resistivity of a copper or resistance of a copper we are taking there. Nothing but for metals I told or conductors how it is varying there. It is increases with increase in temperature. So in this way we are getting there. For now semiconductors we told you how it is changing there. In this way this is for conductors or metals. In this way, and for resistivity for the alloys like nichrome, how we are getting there, this is. So this is you have to remember that all of you. So this is for conductors, semiconductors, and this is for alloys. Already you know that one manganese. Constant and so those are alloys only. So here no change normally we are observing there, so we can draw in that way, nothing but. So this is the explanation for that we are getting. Right, now coming to the problems. So see that one, what are the problems what we discuss. Based on the problems we will discuss to you. So in the problems also concepts what we discussed, those only we covered in that one, and that too very easy to you to solve that one. See that one questions. Right. See that one. First question, lighting is an electric discharge caused by the imbalance between, that is general point only, not that much required for us. So, but anyhow they given just to practice that. So, it between the clouds and the ground and within the clouds, lighting is an electric discharge takes place between the clouds and the ground as well as within the clouds. Both are correct in that. Next, the second question. Lightning is an electric discharge caused by that. After that, coming to the second question. This is the second question in that. 10 million electrons pass from point P to point Q in 1 microsecond. The current and its direction is they are asking in that. 10 million electrons pass from point P to point Q in 1 microsecond. See that one. Number of electrons 10 million. 10 million means 10 into 10 power 6 to 10 power 7 time 1 microsecond they given to you. 1 microsecond. 1 microsecond. 10 power minus 6 seconds. What they are asking current direction? magnitude I equal to Q by T, that is NE by T. 10 power 7 into 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 divided by 10 power minus 6 only. How much you are getting there? See that one, all of you. So this 6 will come to the numerator, otherwise it will cancel there. 10 power minus 13 times. Minus 13 plus 7 minus 6. Current units is ampere only. 1.6 into 10 power minus 6 ampere we got there. Right. Third option, but direction from point Q to point P, why we given that? Because already you know that one. So here electrons are moving from point P to point Q. Conventional current direction always you have to take opposite direction. Conventional current is opposite direction to the electronic current only. So electron is moving in this way. What about current direction? Now take opposite, means from Q to P only. So that's why what you are writing, from point Q to point Q. Point Q to point P only. So remember that conventional current direction, it is in the direction of positive charge or opposite direction to the electric current. So electrons are moving in this way. So that's why we wrote that one. Now the current direction is so take from Q to P only. That is. Next, third question, question number 3. A current in a wire is given by the equation I is equal to 2t square minus 3t plus 1. The charge through the cross section of wire in a time interval t is equal to 3 to t is equal to 5 seconds. Otherwise, the next fourth question also same model only. The current in a wire varies with the time according to the equation I is equal to 4 plus 2. Both are same models. One model I am explaining there. That is the fourth question. The current in a wire varies with the time according to the equation we are getting there. I is equal to 4 plus t. And now already we wrote there how we wrote that the area under the IT graph gives the charge only. So that formula also we wrote there. Fourth question, third one also same model. That's why T1 to T2 I dt. T1 to T2. So values they given T1 to T2. How much they given? Say 2 to 6. 4 plus t dt. So how much you are getting there? See that one. So integral 4 dt means 4t plus 2t square by 2 limits from 2 to 6. That equal to 2 to cancel 4t plus t square limits from 2 to 6. Therefore Q is equal to 4 into 6 plus 6 square minus 4 into 2 plus 2 square. 24 plus 36 minus 8 plus 4, 12 1. So that is we are getting 48 coulomb mole. 24 plus 36 minus 12. 36 minus 12 means 24 only. 24 plus 24, it is 48 coulomb we are getting. So that is the answer we are getting for that one. Remember that, which is easy one. Same model, you solve that one. Question number 3, this is the homework for that. Same model only. Integration, how to substitute the values. Next, question number 5. In an atom, electrons revolves around the nucleus along a path of radius 0.72 angstrom, making 9.4 into 10 power 18 revolution per second. The equivalent current is radius they given, and after that they given number of revolutions also they given to you. So already you know the formula for that. Just now we discussed to you. Question number 5. I is equal to electron means E divided by T time period, or E into nu only, frequency only. So what is the electron charge? Already you know that one. And number of revolutions per second they given there, 9.4 into 10 power 18, and this value is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. 9.4 into 10 power 18 into that one. So multiply that one. How much you are getting? 9.4 into 1.6. Fast calculation required means I am using calculator, but it is not suggestible because in NEET examination they will not give. They will not allow. In CET also you know that one. So that's why compulsory how to solve on your own. But according to mine, time frame is not there for me, so that's why I'm doing that. Into 10 power minus 19, 18, 10 power minus 1, 1.504 ampere. So that is you are getting answer for that 1.504 ampere, nothing but that is approximately 1.5 ampere. Next one. The direction of flow of current through the electric circuit is. So what is the direction of flow of current through the electric circuit? Already you know that one, all of you. The current, direction of flow of current through the electric circuit means what you are writing there in that. Low potential to high potential to low potential. Current doesn't depend on the potential value, and current cannot flow through the circuit. Already you know that. Direction of flow of current means from, so charge is always from higher potential to lower potential. Same way we can write that conventional current direction what you are taking, that is from always from higher side to lower side only. So from high potential to low potential only. Next, this is already discussed. Electrical resistance depends on what factor? Dimensions of the conductor, material, as well as the next one also we discussed to you, temperature. So all those things, size is there, geometry is there, temperature. So it is all of this. Next, this is also I covered to you. Voltage and current graphs for a conductor at two different temperatures. The first one you take the slope θ1, second one is slope is θ2. Which is having the more slope? The first one, because EI graph gives what is that slope is equal to V by I only, that equal to resistance. From that R1 is greater than R2, meaning is T1 greater than T2. Because for conductors, what about resistance? Resistance varies like a directly proportional there almost all. So T1 is greater than T2. T1 is greater than T2. We are getting there further. That is the ninth question. Already in the theory I covered there. You remember that one, all of you. What is that? T1 is greater than T2. We got there further. Next, coming to the next one. A wire of resistance 4 ohm is used to wind of a coil of radius 7 cm. Wire has a diameter of 1.4 mm and specific resistance of its material is 2 into 10 power minus 7 ohm meter. The number of turns in the coil is. That is they are asking. So already wire of resistance they given to you in that one. How much they given? See that all of you. 4 ohms they given. So already you know that one. What is the formula for the specific resistance? General formula, all of you know that. What is that? R is equal to rho L by A only. Rho L divided by A wire. But what they are asking, number of turns of the coil they are asking in that one. So we have to calculate the number of turns only. See that one. Question number 10. Main formula R equal to rho L by A. R value 4, rho value they given to you, how much they given? 2 into 10 power minus 7. Length, for that what they given? Radius only. Coil means what is the coil radius? L is equal to 2 pi r, but with the number of turns is n only. Circumference of the circle 2 pi r, with the number of turns means n will multiply there, n into 2 pi into what is the radius of that? Radius how much they given in the problem? That is 7 centimeter. 7 centimeter means 7 into 10 power minus 2 divided by area. Area means once again problem is the diameter they given there. You have to convert that one once again. Diameter they given there in that one. See the diameter how much they given? 1.4 millimeter. Diameter 1.4 millimeter means radius becomes how much? Diameter by 2, 0.7 millimeter. That is 0.7 into 10 power minus 3. That is 7 into 10 power minus 4 meter. That we have to use now. So area means pi r square, 7 into 10 power minus 4 whole square. Pi r square, no? So this is L equal to 2 pi r, that is the radius of the coil. This is the difference. So you can calculate that one. What is the calculation part is there? 4 will cancel with 2 into 1 pi will cancel there. So remaining you see that one, what is there, 1 equal to n into 10 power minus 7 into this one, 10 power minus 9 divided by 7 into 10 power minus 4 into 7 into 10 power minus 4. So by solving that, how much answer we are getting there? See that all of you. So 1 7 will be cancelled. Therefore n is equal to 7 into 10 power minus 8 divided by 10 power minus 9. That is 70 V watt. N is equal to 70 V watt. Next, a cylindrical rod is reformed to half of its original length, keeping the volume constant. If its resistance before this change were R, then the resistance after the reformation of the rod will be, they are asking the 11th question. A cylindrical rod is reformed to half of its original length, keeping the volume constant. So remember, already I told to you, when we want to write the relation between them, relation between radius and length, resistance and length, when resistance and length you are writing there, keeping volume constant, already given relation, R directly proportional to L square when volume is constant. That one you apply, R1 by R2 is equal to L1 by L2 whole square. Therefore, from that R1 by R2 is equal to L1 by L2 whole square means how much they given? Cylindrical rod is reformed to half of its original length. Means R1 by R2 equal to L1 divided by L1 by 2 whole square. That is 2 whole square, 4 only. Therefore, R2 equal to R1 by 4. R1 means R they given in the problem. So answer how much you are getting? R by 4. Next, 12th question. A wire with 15 ohm resistance is stretched by 1/10 of the, this is the 1/10 of the, its original length and volume of the wire is constant, then its resistance will be. See the problem what they given. A wire with 15 ohm resistance is stretched by 1/10. So initial resistance they given to you, R1 is 15 ohm. Next, length changing how much? By 1/10 of its original length. L plus or L1 plus you take there, or L also, no problem. So L1 is equal to L1 you take, or L1 equal to L you take, no issue. L plus 1 by 10th of, that is only they mentioned clearly, 1/10 of its original length, 1/10 of its original length, 1 by 10 times of L, that is 11L by 10. To take LCM, 11L by 10 only. So already volume constant means you wrote R1 by R2 equal to L1 by L2 whole square only. 15 by R2 is equal to L1 L divided by 11L by 10 whole square, that is 100 by 121. Therefore, R2 is equal to 15 into 121 divided by 100. So according to given options, what you are getting there, check that one. So that is rough calculation I will make. Then it is suppose rough calculation now we can do 15 into 120 divided by 100. Instead of 121, approximately I taken 2 5 jars, 2 6 jars, 5 3 jars, 30. So 3 into 6, that is nothing but how much you are getting there? 80 we are getting 80. So what we done, 5 3 jars we cancel there, so 18. Nothing but 18 to the nearest answer is there for that. That is only our final answer for that. That is 18.15 ohm only. Because it is exact value is 121. No? That's why. But we taken 120 means we got 18. 120 means little bit higher answer. That is the 12th problem. So these are the 12 problems in that one. So next one we'll solve that one. Simple problems are solving. Later I will explain those also what is required for us. Okay. Right. For which of the following depends on the drift velocity Vd on the electric field E? Is Ohm's law is obeyed? They are asking there. That. So see the question what they given to clearly all of you in that drift velocity Vd on the electric field E. What is the relation? Vd directly proportional to E. So already got the drift velocity relation. Vd is equal to E tau divided by m only. Vd directly proportional to E only. First option. Direct question these are. A charged particle having a drift velocity and after that mobility they are asking there. That is the 15th question. 16. What is the drift velocity and electric field mobility relation? It's very simple. Mu equal to Vd by U only you wrote now. Vd how much they given drift velocity? 7.5 into 10 power minus 4 divided by 3 into 10 power minus 10 only. So how much will cancel? 3 2.5 just will cancel now there. So that is 2.5 into 10 power 6 only. Minus 10 is there, minus 4 it becomes plus 6 only. Next question number 17. Match the column 1 with the column 2. So Ohm's law is applicable to, that is Ohm's law applicable to generally metals only, almost all metals, that is it will be matching with that. Next Ohm's law is not applicable to, that is already you know that one everyone, it is not applicable to semiconductor diode, electrolytes and semiconductors. Normally we are getting there. So semiconductors as well as diodes, electrolytes it is. Next Li is having what about that one? See that one, the third one C. What we are writing for that one? C is nothing but greater resistor. Almost all their resistivity. So generally we are observing that it is not sensitive to the temperature. They are having greater resistivity, but those are insensitive or not sensitive to the temperature. So A to P and B R, C is Q. That is what is the option correct for that? This is. Next question number 18. Already this is also discussed to you. Question number 18. Question number 18. You see that one, all of you. The good conductors they given to you. What is the relation between them? For good conductors, what is the relation there? V directly proportional to I only. It will be satisfied for the good conductors. Next, when they given this one, what it is indicating there for ohmic conductors, non-ohmic conductors, insulators or superconductors. So IV graph or IV characteristics shown in the figure represents. So those are nothing but superconductor, insulator, non-ohmic conductors or ohmic. This is what is that semiconductor diode only you got no? Semiconductor diode. So for semiconductor diode, how it is? See that one, all of you, that one. Semiconductor diodes, it is a non-ohmic device only. V and I relation not satisfying no there. That is only they are asking in that one. That is question number 19. Next, after that, question number 20, you have to see that one. What is the question number 20 in that? So which of the following graph, that is they are asking in that question number 20, see that one what they given, which of the following is correct for VI graph, that is they are asking in that one, see that one. Good conductor, normally what we drawn in that, see that all of you. So previous one, VI graph for the ohmic means V directly proportionally we get a straight line, but generally what we are observing that almost a linear relationship we are getting, but already shown to you the first diagram. What is that? The linear relationship between V and I, what we are observing that series only it is. So that's why for conductors or good conductors we wrote their relation, that is this is the first graph only. Given that one, you check that all of you, how it is varying normally, that is. So this is the explanation for that, some of them what we covered there, and that remaining in the next class we will cover to you. Thank you one and all. With this I am ending my class. So what we have to do that one, so do the work based on that what we are covering in the syllabus. And the second one is, so take care yourself, because COVID is spreading very fast. Take care of yourself as well as your parents also. and after that do the work. Anyhow the exams are postponed, you focus on that, what your goal is, what you place. So try to achieve that goal, what we have to do. Now it is the right time to do the hard work and to get the more success, because everyone facing the same problem. You are also in that problem only, but you do the hard work, you can come out of that and will get a very good college seat. And it is your life will change. It is a turning point to your life, God given opportunity. So you have to utilize that one and do the work, all of you, then compulsory you will succeed. So that is the class point. So nothing but, so with this I'm ending my class. Thank you one and all.